Welcome to the BaseCamp Barn Project. This episode we install our final piece of Nudura, and we work hard to get ready for our last wall pour. I'm ready to move on from all this ICF stacking and concrete pouring. Let's finish it. It's time to get back to work. Well, hello. We've had a couple snow days here, so progress has been just a little bit slower than expected, or I was hoping, but we're back at it here today. We had 9 degrees this morning, and it's still frozen in here, but I'm hoping the sunshine that's shining through some of these high clouds will melt it a little bit every day, because we're going to be pouring in 4 days, Monday. So, as you can see maybe back up there, I've worked on my angled wall, the shed wall. It's not perfect. I still got a little bit of work to do, but I did that over the last couple of days, so it's, it snows, it's cold, it's windy, it's cloudy, it's miserable. And today we're finally got some sunshine, so it's going to warm up a little bit. It's probably about 30 right now from a low this morning, but here in the sunshine it's very nice. So eventually today I'm going to get these window bucks put up here and start working on this gable wall. My goal is to be completed with the block stuff by the end of the day or virtually tomorrow. I've got a scissor lift coming tomorrow to possibly get up to the very tippy top, because we're going to be close to 25 feet tall there. And I got to put a first piece of the angle for the roof. So I've been doing some notes here. This edge here is basically where the top plate is going to be on the west wall. Here's where the foam ends and the concrete starts, inside the corner. But basically the top plate is going to be right here to the edge of the foam. And that's where the truss is going to sit onto, is going to be sitting on that top plate. So that's the top of the top plate. And then this is the slope of the roof. It's a 6/12 slope. So I drew that in, but I want to put a 2x4 or a 2x6 top plate on top of this concrete and foam. So I need 1.5 inches lower than that place. So that's going to be what I'm cutting to, is this edge here. And then, we'll put a top plate piece on that's going to coincide with this corner, the inner edge of that top plate. So that's how I've figured this first cut here, and this first piece that's going to go up there in that corner up there. And so now I'll make some marks, and I'll figure out, I know where my edge is for the window opening. I got to figure out what my window is. That window's a shorter window. I think it's 5 feet tall. So I'll have to see if this 5 feet is going to have an edge in it. But the next piece, on top of this window is going to have that same cut on it too. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do, is I'm going to try to get around this window up there, down here, before I go up there, because it's hard to cut up there. I'm basically going to have to go back and restring that and recut it, but I know I've got enough blocks and enough pieces to make that, so I'm moving on to this side so I can get an accurate count on how many blocks I'm going to need to finish this wall.
Progress is going slow.
It's winter.
But it's winter. It's a bad time. It's a bad time, but we're going to do it.
Yeah. So here we are, the end of the day, and I've gotten as absolutely high as I can get with the scaffold. That's way the heck up there. But that's basically the start of the interior roof line. Tomorrow I'll get a scissor lift so that I can get to this part a little bit more easily. Hope to be done with the blocks tomorrow. Well, good morning. Our scissor lift showed up this morning, so I'll be able to finally get high enough to finish all that stuff right up there above all those windows, that gable. So this morning we're going to finish assembling the window bucks that we made a couple of months ago, it seems like, and we'll get those installed so I can build around them. I've kind of already put one window up there, as you can see, and then I got to put some rebar in there, but we'll kind of get going on this because I want to get all the block stuff done today. Natalie just went to get a few more blocks. I'm probably short one or two, and I got a couple more coming just in case I screw up, because that's been known to happen. So this is going to be hopefully a good day. Just a little cold. Helping. Can you help me screw this together, Tuck? So you can see the V-shaped or the angle cut. It's kind of like a keyway. It's making its own keyway. So when the concrete fills it, it'll fill it and lock it into place. Alrighty, we're up here on top of the scissor lift, about ready to measure and cut the last piece of the Nudura block for this building. Yay! Right here at the top of the gable. So I got this piece in here, and then this one here I just trimmed. I'm just gonna go right here. Kind of like that. So there's the peak of the gable. So now I need to cut this last piece right here. So we're about done with cutting all the blocks. Measure twice to cut once, right? Is that the rule? This is going to get cut here. Like that. Did I rock that side? No. 1 inch there. We're going to cut this 9.5. 18, 19. So this is, we'll cut it at 18, but we're measuring it to 19. Like this. That edge, cutting that. That. Here comes the sunshine. Finally, it's been a cold morning with just enough breeze to make it tough. So let's cut that first. Get that away. Last strap. Cut that. Let's cut this. Let's cut this. Give it a blow. Just to trim a little bit of see. Well, there's the last piece. There you go. Last piece of Nudura foam block. That's over 300 pieces installed. Whew. What a project. Here we go. It's the last piece being installed. Woohoo! So, I know that's the last piece and this looks funny, but this is how much I missed the corner down there. So I miscalculated where my angle takeoff was going to start down there by roughly 1.5 inches of 2x4. This is the peak calculated by the center of the truss, and this is the center line of where the peak is. So this side down here works out really good. And I thought I was good here, but as I look at it, I'm basically 1.5 inches off because I missed it. Maybe more than that, the width of the block on the inside of the Nudura. So that's 2.5. Maybe I'm 2.5. That works out to be almost 6 inches in the span. It's better to be short than long. You know what I mean? It's better to be short. As we'll put concrete to here, and then we'll block it up. We can always add wood. It's hard to take the concrete away. So if anything, this gives us a little bit of leeway here to be able to get that truss in the right spot.
You ready?
Well, here we are. Basically finished doing everything I was thinking I needed to do when the second concrete truck showed up. The last 4 days have been crazy busy, working to get this done today because it's a beautiful day. Look at that thing. Isn't that beautiful? I hope it all works out. I'm pretty sure it will. This has been a project. This is our last concrete pour for the walls, and I'm thankful we're done with it and moving on to the rest of the stuff. It's been a lot of work. The stacking the blocks really wasn't that hard. It was all the other stuff that goes along with it. The rebar and all these struts and all the supports and all the butts, and I think in the end it's going to be wonderful, but it's been a lot of work. Usually most things that are good are a lot of work, so here we are. Well, it's all peaceful and quiet after yesterday's pour chaos. Everything went well, and we got a dusting of snow this morning. So I'm glad we did it yesterday when it was beautiful. But today, it's going to be kind of cleanup day. So we're just going to try to see if this will melt a little bit by the afternoon. It's tough to sweep up all the debris and the rubbish when there's snow on the ground. Quite a relief to get this thing poured and done, so now I don't have to worry about the wind blowing it over. Let's get a roof on this thing.